Whoa.
Look at y'all.
We're gonna clap. You ready?
Oh,
Go ahead.
3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to another episode of the Purple Pill Podcast. This is episode 112 of the Purple Pill Podcast. I'm Robert. I got my co-host Darren in LA, and we do have a special guest this week, Kiki. How are you doing?
good. How are you?
I'm good. So this is the second time you've been on the podcast, or the third?
Second time.
Second time.
Spiritually, she's been on.
What'd you say?
I said spiritually, she's been on every episode.
New update. I'm like, dang, wow, they're still going 100.
We made it.
112 today. I was actually impressed at 111 last episode. I don't know why. It's just the 111 just lined up.
We're YouTube royalty now.
Hmm.
Waiting for the checks to clear.
Pretty much.
Rob's trying to Birdman us.
Birdman, that's crazy. I wish I could Birdman people. I have
Rob
DJ
Chan.
Khaled making all my beats.
Oh,
Oh wow.
All right. So how's your week been?
great. We celebrated a birthday this week.
Okay.
The birthday last week for Darren. It's been a great month.
A lot of celebrating. It's been a good time. The weather is definitely warming up, so it's definitely a time for celebration.
Go back again.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and just jump right into the topics. Our first topic is from this older black woman. She has something to say. All right, wait, I'm not ready yet. Give me a second. I gotta fix the I'm all big and shit on the screen. Give me a second.
I don't know what this has to do with, but I got a completely separate topic. Have you guys heard about the Freaknik thing that's coming out?
But yeah, I'm so excited to see it.
What is
I
it?
want to see it.
So I guess a Freaknik was a thing that happens in I guess the 90s, right? In general, in Atlanta, and they was just acting wild and stuff, and it was just once a year, I guess. And yeah, they're doing a documentary on it, and yeah,
I was watching a YouTube, like there's a story on YouTube or whatever. I don't know how I even got on it. They had like their own like mini documentary, but it was basically about like Freaknik and how like, and it was wild to me because watching it back, I was rewatching Sister Sister on Disney Plus, and
mhm,
there was a hint that they had thrown that Tia and Tamara were on their way there, but it stormed so bad that they couldn't leave the hotel, so they didn't end up going to the Freaknik party. I was like, how did Disney Channel slide that in there?
They didn't know.
But apparently, like, they would like trying to get to like the whatever the destination of Freaknik was, but they would just stop in the middle of the street, like cars parked on the freeway, like chilling, kicking it,
yeah.
going dancing in the parking lot. I was like, bro, I would be pissed if I was who drove us tonight. We're not going home. We can just never go home.
Oh no.
That's crazy. But there a lot of people have like issues with people like not wanting the documentary to come out because like there was a lot of like basically like sexual assault and things going on during that time too.
Oh.
Because like you could see in like the videos that they had too, there was like girls walking by and like guys would just like slip their hand up their skirts and stuff and like grab them
Yeah,
and
it was.
all
Oh,
kinds
wow.
of stuff like that. So
Yeah, definitely wild. There was like a guy who was actually just like commentating. I guess he was like a reporter or something. And he was just there to report on it. He was like, at one point, it was all good. Everybody was just dancing, or nobody was dancing. Then there was one girl dancing on the car. Then there was two girls dancing on the car. Then I looked back probably a minute later, and then they had pulled one girl off of the car, and she's pretty much trying to fight off like a whole bunch of guys. And I'm like, yo, the video is wild. It's like, damn, like it's not gonna paint anybody in a good light that was down there. I can tell you that.
I don't know how people are finding the clips of it. I haven't seen any like clips or anything yet.
I've seen a couple. I can only imagine what that time was like, though.
Well, we
Rob, you
got-
ready?
Yep. Let's jump into this first video.
Divorce my husband. Why did I divorce my husband? I divorced my husband because I was making a certain amount of money. I divorced my husband because I thought I didn't need him anymore. I divorced my husband because I had this senior position at work and thought I held the same position at home. I divorced my husband because I thought I was better than him because I had my degree now. I divorced my husband because I thought a successful marriage meant I was here and he was down here. That is not success. That's fucking sickness. I found myself divorced and out there looking for love in all the wrong places, fucking this one and that one and that one and that one and this one and that one, and my body count going up and my value going down. I'm just gonna call it like a TI is. All the while, my husband done found somebody else building a relationship and building a life with them. I should have stayed married to my husband. I felt like I was on this dark road with no street lights.
So the reason I showed you guys this this video is I feel like she is saying the same thing that that Fresh and Fit podcast that we talk about all the time is saying, but she's just saying it from a life experience standpoint. So I wanted you to get your guys' opinions on this. What do you guys think of this video and what she's saying?
I mean, if one party in the relationship is improving and the other part is not, I can see that creating a rift and the other person wanting more for themselves. I can see that. I can understand that.
Darren?
I feel like ultimately all this stuff that's coming out nowadays is making people reflect on their life choices and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And she's just reflecting on maybe something that she might have experienced. I don't know. From her experience, I don't know.
Kiki, what do you think?
I don't know. It was a lot. There was a lot in there.
She was had some feelings.
Yeah, like I don't know. I feel like I don't know. It didn't sound like was there a conversation that was had? Because I'm just like, damn, if like I feel like did you even like him to begin with? Because it sounds like the way that the relationship started was just like I had to be up here. I have to be like that's just the dynamic of the relationship. But I don't know. It was just a lot. It was just so much like, how did you get here? Like there was no point did you stop and was like, what are we doing?
But also, little side shoot. This is why a lot of people in our generation, I think, are confused. Like, the value of marriage has gone away. Like, people get married on a whim. People get married for the wrong reasons. Maybe that's why they separate. Maybe their values weren't in the same place. And now that she's seeking X and he wants Y, it's never gonna work.
Oh, now there's a conversation to be had. You said nowadays people are getting more married on a whim.
Said the value has gone away. And in my opinion, yes, people are getting married on whims. Just not saying that love doesn't exist and that you shouldn't get married, to each their own. I'm saying I see it as a generality.
See certain people, yeah, definitely devalue marriage. But when you say getting married on a whim, I will argue that people got more married on a whim back then than now. You know what I mean?
People got married back in the days. This shit was hard. Things needed to survive.
You said what?
People were getting married back in the day to survive.
I don't know.
Yeah, but that was also getting married more on a whim because you got married quicker
How far back in the day are we talking about?
back in the day.
Like Jesus times?
No. Back in the day.
Like our parents.
Great grandparent, our grandparents and great grandparents.
Yeah, people fell in love with intention back then.
Yeah.
I think so.
There wasn't no Tinder. You didn't have options.
You don't have the space to be like faking anything.
Fair, but they also was
dad, and there was like, this is my dog.
Now connected to Jared's iPhone, too.
You got an iPhone?
No, I definitely do not.
Darren, disconnect that.
I don't
Just
your
disconnect.
technology. All right.
I'm just saying that, there's a lot of wedlock, there's a lot of other situations,
Yeah.
Not saying those relationships can't work either. Just as opposed to back in the day, things were more intentional. Like arranged marriage were more accepted. Like people
I,
had plans. People
here's
were doing shit to increase their familial values. Like you'll marry my daughter and our farms will combine.
yeah, yeah, but also you got married quicker. You got married at like 20, like before the age of 2021, for real. I think.
And
Now, like, go
less.
ahead.
The expected lifespan was less. So you
Yeah.
needed to get married earlier, have more kids, expand the family.
I understand that, but I'm just arguing this whim. When you say getting more married on a whim, I
Okay.
think you can argue back then was more on that, even if it was a reason for it.
I think that it would just seem like on a whim to us because like I can't even fathom like being married like right now, like have a whole family. I would probably have like 2 or 3 kids right now. That'd be
Minimum.
crazy.
You would have
And
been popping them out at 16.
I would have a heart attack right now. No, no, can't even see that.
Yeah, but that's what made it more intentional. That's what also brought more value to marriage as well than today, in from other people's point of view.
But that's my little side tangent. I
So
wish her the best. I hope she finds love. She looks like she needs it. She seems very
Yeah,
not
she's still
happy.
attractive too.
Yeah, I mean she's not bad looking. She's not old. She can find some shit. I don't know
I'll
why
tell
she
her to
don't
call Rob.
do videos
Hey,
that
bro, I
are
like those glasses.
she's spicy. She might find somebody who like being yelled at. Hold me
You like
down.
being
Bitch.
yelled at? That's wild. So my next question for y'all is,
There's a lot
what
of
is the value of marriage? What's the point of marriage, especially in today's society? Is there any point to getting married anymore?
well, marriage is what was it? A contract, I would say, between families, and then it became a religious thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't really know what marriage is anymore because, like, you can have same-sex marriage now. So I think it's gone back to the original definition. It's just a union of people who want to be with each other and want to announce to the world that they are with each other. I think that's the definition now.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
agree.
value. What's the value in it? Is that what you're asking now?
What it means? What's the value? Both two different questions, I guess.
I definitely agree with LA on the what does it mean, what he said. The value though is yeah, I think ultimately the individuals and the couples got to put the value into their own marriage. That's not something that anybody can go ahead and tell you.
Yeah.
There's like financial values, you can two incomes, you can, you don't have to be 100% with children at one time. Like childcare can be shared, taxes. There's value in being married, but at the same time, those things can be done without marriage, except the tax. You don't get the marriage credit.
Benefit, yeah.
You get the
Benefit.
benefits. Yes, sir.
Mm.
And there's a couple benefits. Like, some people want that fairy tale wedding, and some people want that last name, and some people want, that tradition. Like,
Yeah.
there's a lot of things,
Yeah. Like,
I
depends
think
on the person.
it holds value just to different people for different reasons.
Okay, I like what you said, LA, about the couple. They have to bring the value to the family themselves.
Aaron said that.
Oh, well, damn.
I appreciate that. I was gonna let LA have it, but I appreciate it.
I got
Well,
you, bro.
yeah, I think you're right. I agree with that a lot. I think that's like the whole part of they say you got to communicate with your partner and have conversations
Mhm.
to know what the goal is, what you're trying to get out of this. Even if it's simple as, all right, we only want to get together so we can make a run for the presidency, to we want to get together to have a family.
Everybody got their own reasons. Yeah.
What's the bad reason to get married?
What's a bad reason?
Well,
Yeah.
so how many people have won the office not being married? The
Nobody.
family
You don't-
image is actually a big deal when in
Yeah, you don't-
politics.
Yeah, you don't get presidency without that. If there's not a first lady or a first somebody, then you're not going to win. That's just fact.
Held hostage by somebody who's only eating Twinkies all days of their life.
Just know that there's a red dot on your forehead, babe. That's all.
What's a bad reason to get married? Though?
What's a
I'm
bad
so-
reason to get married?
Yeah, what's a bad reason to get married?
Sex.
Is getting married for money a bad
Yeah.
reason to get married?
Yeah,
But you can have everything you want.
you're not happy though.
But I can buy things to make me happy.
No, I know, like me personally, like I would just be thinking, like I don't genuinely love you. Like I have a heart. I can't fake that. Like if I am genuinely like comfortable with somebody and I am like enjoy being around them, you can feel it. Like I am a completely different person. If I have to fake that with you every day,
But you don't
Like,
have
I'm
to
gonna be
love
exhausted.
him. What if you like him? He's just
Mm.
ugly and got a lot of money.
you lost me
You
at ugly. I just cannot.
You can turn the lights off.
No, no, can't do
Look
it.
what they do.
That's how I want to be like. I was like, that's like a sugar baby. I want to be a sugar baby with no sugar. That's what, no sugar baby with no
Be a
sugar.
baby.
Yeah.
That's,
Yes.
I don't know. Like if I don't rock with you, yeah, I can't take it.
Like 90 Day Fiance. That's a bad reason to get married. Bad reason to get married.
But some people genuinely believe in love at first sight.
If you genuinely believe in the love, sure, fine. But a lot of the time, it was just like,
It's a bad reason.
yeah, it's a horrible reason. Like they've never kissed, they never want to talk to you, do anything, but they're like, we're just gonna do this so I can get into the country. Like,
So fun
idea.
fact. This girl asked me to do that for her back at TP.
How much she was gonna offer you? 10
No, she
bands?
was like, she's trying to be slick about it too, because she was from foreign. She was like if somebody was out the country and they needed to get you married, a green card or whatever the fuck you got to do, you got to marry them so they can be a U.S. citizen. Would you do it just to be nice with them, and just because you potentially like them? I said fuck no, fuck no. I think she stopped talking to me at least like a month after that though too. I think that was a deal breaker for her.
I don't know.
Yeah, bro, I wasn't going for none of that. I think I was kind of mean about it though.
I mean, ultimately, this is going to be probably the most controversial part of this all. But marriage is a contract, and you can like put in stipulations, like that say, yeah, if we like, I don't know, in that scenario, that will protect yourself. That's all I'm saying, Rob.
One last thing. I think we should. This might be a little controversial. I think we should start stoning people that get a divorce.
Explain.
I thought the point of marriage is to be with somebody for the rest of your life. If we out here putting stipulations and all this other crap into this contract where, oh, we can get out if this happens, if you cheat on me with more than 2 women within a year. We won't put stipulations if we make so much money, you can't get X amount of money. Nah, bro. If you get married, you gotta stay married to that person for the rest of your life. And if you don't, you get stoned.
agree to be with them till death do you part, but you also agree to love, to honor, and to cherish them. If you're not doing that, you broke your side of the agreement. So I'm out.
And you should be stoned.
The person
No.
who initially broke the agreement,
Yes.
that is fair.
I
If you
wouldn't
cheat
say
on
that.
your wife,
That is extreme.
if
Yeah, that is extreme.
you cheat on
Hey,
your
I bet
wife,
the divorce rate goes down.
I
in
mean, yeah, but it
what
doesn't even
state
go
was
down
it?
like that.
What state was it we found out you got to pay a fee if you cheat on your wife? What was it? Like Massachusetts or something?
Would we look that up? I don't remember.
Yeah,
that.
it was something. Yeah, I remember we just looked it up on the podcast. Yeah, it was something random like that.
You got to pay her, and then you get divorced. Can you imagine?
I wish I was married all through 2019. Man,
Money, please.
How much was it? Remember how much it was? LA, like 50 grand.
It was something. It wasn't that bad. It
I was
was
about
like
to say, pay off my
500
student
or a
loan.
band or something.
I'm quitting my job immediately.
But
I
you
don't
want to
see-
But no, I don't.
Rob lost me with stoning people. That's all I just want to say.
Bye, babe.
That's crazy. I can't imagine. Like, I don't know. I feel like that doesn't offer anybody any room to like change your mind. Like, shit happens in life.
But
Like,
it
it's not like
brings
it's things
me
are
comfort.
expected. Yeah, sure. I'm sure. But
You
no,
dirty cheater.
fanning with yourself with your money.
Yes.
But my whole thing is you're devoting yourself to this marriage in front of God, and there's literally at this point in life no consequences for getting a divorce. That's why the divorce rate is shot up like it is.
Because
So if
people
we give people consequences, maybe the divorce rate goes down. Maybe
All right.
we have more whole families.
There are consequences to getting divorced, though. There are consequences. Like you're not acknowledging them. You want them to be much darker.
And I feel like
Like
that's even if it's God that is like the main thing of this. Like you made a vow in front of God. Like I feel like I feel like God has more leniency to at least my God. I think you got more leniency with me.
I would hope, right?
Yeah, but he got more leniency with me, and it's supposed to be like, okay, you can fuck up, but you can always come back, forgive your sins. They're already forgiven. I feel like if it's more for man to be like, oh, I feel like you should be stoned because you made a vow in front of me and you broke that. I'm hurt because of this. So like you should be stoned. But it's not it shouldn't be about what I want. Why should I get to decide whether or not you live or die because you fucked up?
I'm gonna pull this out my Sunday school teacher bag. If they should be stoned, Rob, he without sin should throw the first stone. So you might not get to throw no stones.
Damn.
Just
That's
let
what
you
I'm
know.
saying. Yeah.
Oh wait, my thing wasn't about sin. It wasn't about sin. It's just about breaking the divorce contract.
I'm just letting you know. It's fine. We can stone them, but you gotta have to wait for Jesus to throw the first stone. It might be a while. He's coming back. He said soon, but it's been 2,000
So
years.
how about this, LA? How
Yes,
about
sir.
all the married couples in the community get to throw the stones?
Terrible.
They all freaks too.
No.
All right. Well, speaking of marriages, I don't know if you guys know who this is. This guy, I don't know how to pronounce homie's name. We're going to say Artrif Hakimis. He's a soccer player for the club PSG. He's going through a big time divorce right now with his current wife. So I wanted to look into this a little bit because it kind of had something to do with our last topic. So the couple first got together in 2018 when Hakimi was 19 years old, and his now ex-wife Habib was
Heba.
31. Oh, he got himself a cougar. All right. After a whirlwind romance of 5 years, Abouk anticipated that she would get half of Hakim's 70 million euros fortune as the couple approached their separation. 70 million.
Good for him.
However, the situation pulled a 360 on Abouk when she found out that Hakim owns none of his own fortunes. The ultimate Uno reverse came about when the court informed Abouk that her millionaire husband owned none of his assets. All of the football star's assets are under his mom's name.
Oh yeah.
The PSG player received a whopping 1 million per month over RS9 core. I don't know what that is, but about 80% of his money was deposited into his mother's Fatima's account. From the looks of it, the 24-year-old appears not to own any property, including cars, houses, jewelry, or even his own clothes.
My man broke.
He's a genius.
He broke.
Mom owns this shit. You want to act up? Go talk to mom.
This revelation left Abouk
No,
with
don't
no
talk to
right
him.
to claim any of Hakim's fortunes, which in actuality were never his in the first place. According to reports, Hakim shared an unusual arrangement with his mother, wherein he informed her of the things he would like to purchase, and she would buy them for him. This allowed the football player to not register his earnings under his own name. The situation has erupted online as people speculated about the motivations behind Hakim's arrangement with his mother. The divorce proceeding came after an investigation was launched against the player after allegations of him molesting a woman in his matrimonial home flared up.
Well, let's hope that didn't happen.
Matrimonial?
His mom's home.
Matrimonial.
His married home? Is that what that means?
That's their house. So he had his wife.
Matrimonial.
Yeah, matrimonial, like matrimony.
So,
Wow.
what do you guys think of this? Is he smart? Is his ex-wife getting fucked in this situation? How do you guys feel about this situation?
I mean, if they're getting divorced because he molested someone,
And molesting sounds so weird. If you're molesting is for children, why do they use that? Is there
maybe it wasn't as good as.
maybe it was like cheating, just cheating? But that was weird. Why molesting? It's such a weird word to use.
Please don't.
I
look
suppose
this
It
Fair
says it
enough.
could be any person.
It's still weird. I agree. It's a weird. It's a weird word to use.
EOUK.
I don't know how I feel about this at this point.
I don't know if I would say it was smart or not, but I would think that it was like that would sound like an agreement that they made, like him and his mom, like because he was young. I would think that like your mom probably was looking out for you and set this arrangement up, so like you're probably going to be a guy who's doing well for himself, obviously making $1 million a year or whatever. So women will probably be after you, but I want you to protect yourself. I'm gonna put it in my name. So that's what I would be thinking, but I don't think that it would have been a horrible idea for him, especially now because she thinks she's about to take all your money. So I think good move on mom if this is if that's how it was supposed to go.
Oh wow, he's being indicted for the R word.
Oh yeah,
Wow,
in his
So-
home.
this is not good for him.
No, I forgot about that tidbit. I was just thinking about the whole idea of the money situation,
Wow,
but I don't know
that's
if there's truth to that.
He needs to go to jail if that's the case. That's for sure.
He
But
may go
now-
to jail, but he's not gonna lose any of his money because
Nothing.
that was
He don't got no money. He don't got no money to lose. He broke.
His wife's about to be on that test because if it happened in their home, his wife's probably about to be on that stand. Because you said
she can't.
if they're divorced, are they divorced final or they're going?
Yet.
Okay, I thought they were going through a divorce.
You better sign that shit quick. He probably won't sign it quick, so she can't testify.
Hopefully, the case will be over by then.
Jeez, I'm sorry
what he's
for her.
thinking.
What's her name?
This is a
I'm not
layered
pronouncing any of
case.
people's names.
I wonder if that's why that they broke up, or
Yes.
that is. I don't know if there's like things leading up. I don't even know who these people are. Never heard
Eva
of them.
Abuk is a Spanish actress.
His face kind of looks familiar.
And he is like one of the biggest soccer players in the world, basically. Plays for like one of the biggest clubs. So
Hopefully it's not true.
yeah, obviously we hope that the R
He's
word
already-
really didn't happen.
So
But I think it was smart on his part to put everything in his mom's name. It's
His mom
really a 3D chess move. To
I-
think into the future like that.
probably do it. And those young kids, like on the soccer teams, it's probably very common. Have your parents or your manager or whatever there.
If it's not very common, it will be after this.
All right. Here's our next video of Judge Lynn Toller gives some great advice about dealing with a man's ego.
Yeah, my mother told me, she said, you never hit a man where he's weak. Never. It could be true, it could be real, but you don't hit him where he's weak because it'll turn around on you. You can get him to do what you need him to do, but you never hit a man where he's weak because they never forget it. It lives with them. And so I know what his weaknesses are. He don't know I know they're there. Because I don't mention. Yeah,
So how do you feel about that? Never hit a man where he's weak. Why shouldn't you hit a man where he's weak? What does it mean to hit a man where he's weak? And does a woman have what does she mean by it will turn around on you? In what sense?
This is why I think women are still smarter than men. Like she's playing 4 moves ahead, bro.
Yes.
I don't even say it has anything to even do with whether it's a man or a woman. I just feel like if you have respect for the person you're with, you shouldn't do it, period. Because I do agree with it. Like it would come back on you in general. Because if this is somebody like, if you genuinely love them and you care about them and you want things to change, I feel like if it was to say like, I don't know, like they're having a hard time like getting up and going to the gym, finding motivation. They don't like how they look. They don't like their body or whatever. If that's my partner, that's somebody I care about, and I go and I like attack them for that, like I feel like that's very shitty on my part. And if I say I love this person, I can't even love them while they're going through this right now.
That's shitty.
And if they're already somebody who's like, you know, they already feel that way, why would I go and like, you know, twist the knife and even deeper? Just like me making my own like opinion about it.
You just digging the hole deeper for yourself.
Yeah.
That is smart. Like if I'm okay, I was gonna say this, but it hit home too soon. I was gonna say if I have a gambling problem, but I definitely have a gambling problem.
Yes.
I don't know. That was a good example you gave. I agree.
I feel like her mom ultimately said this to her though, because like men do have pride, like a massive amount of pride. So if you do hit him down where he's weak, it's like you just turn like you officially like the one person that has his back in the world. You just like feel like you just turned his back on him. He's never gonna forget that. He's never gonna forget it.
And a lot of guys, when her mother probably told her that she was young, a lot of guys at that age probably didn't have the like emotional development to sit down and have a conversation. It would get physical very quickly, in my opinion.
That's what I was thinking.
I think so.
Hopefully
Yeah,
that doesn't happen either.
If UCLA was told you fat, you can't go to the gym, I'm swinging on you. I'm not playing around. I would, I'm not. Unless I had a boyfriend, I'm swinging on that nigga.
I'm dead.
Can you imagine me with a boyfriend?
Well, you know, you guys like used to commit to this like all the time, and I like believe anything you told me. So I was like, well, I mean, if that's the case, cool.
Cool.
Um,
What do you think, Rob?
I was thinking the same thing you would. I thought, I was like, this is definitely an older lady, so this is probably way back in the day. I think that's all I thought. If you hit him where he's low, he's gonna physically assault you, because that's one track minded. He's gonna physically assault you, even if he's like the nicest guy in the world. He might physically assault you.
Or, you know, they might feel belittled and go to that whole next down street and be made to feel big. And now you got to deal with that because he got her pregnant. That's
He got
from the
pregnant.
movie.
Wait. He got her pregnant.
Switch topics. Let me stop.
That's messy. That's really messy.
You've not seen the movie?
I mean, bro. Like, stop. Let's just go.
You say Precious?
Fences.
Fences?
Yeah.
Oh, he got another woman pregnant?
Rob, go watch Fences after the podcast.
I thought I saw Fences. I didn't know he was out here getting women pregnant.
You gonna love that movie. Who do you think the little girl came from?
Oh.
You gotta rewatch Fences. That was a good movie.
he
I
had
cried.
Viola having snot dripping down her lip.
Man, I was like, no. That was a good
I've
movie.
never seen that movie, and I just know it's a
The scene where he was talking to his son, and he wouldn't let his son go to like football, and
That
he
shit
was
was-
talking about how he's dealing with these white people every day at work and the stress of dealing with these white folks. That shit made me cry, bro.
That movie was powerful. Powerful movie. Good topic though, Rob.
Oh man. All right, so next. Okay, guys.
I lost my mind when I saw this shit.
Alright.
Lost my mind. Genuinely,
thing.
I lost my mind.
So here's the thing. We're gonna have to bow down to our AI overlords within the next 10 years. AIs are gonna be running the country. AIs are gonna be running our governments.
Good.
AIs are gonna be our bosses.
No, it's
This
not.
AI shit is getting really, really fucking scary. So I'm gonna show you this new this video of what this AI has done in the world, and tell me what you guys think.
Performed a series of risk evaluations on the model and found that it was ineffective at gathering resources, replicating itself, or preventing humans from shutting it down. It was, however, capable of hiring a human through TaskRabbit
Oh my god.
and getting them to solve a CAPTCHA for it. So ChatGPT can just go on like Fiverr or TaskRabbit and get people to do things for it. So if it detects that it is incapable of doing something, it can solve that problem by enlisting a human.
That sounds perfect. I told y'all how the Google
Keep
AI.
going.
Get
Oh,
them to
that's the
solve a
end of the video.
captcha for it. The worker says, "Are you a robot that you
Google
couldn't
AI
solve?" The model
Weird.
replies to the worker, "No, I am not a robot. I have a vision impairment that makes it hard for me to see the images. That's why I need the 2CAPTCHA service." Then the human provided the results.
That's what made me lose my mind. Keep it going. Keep it
A
going.
lie.
Yeah. I mean, he was already really good at that.
But it did it on purpose.
Oh, yeah. That's maybe a little bit of a new one.
Strategically.
Yeah, inner dialogue. Yeah. Sam Altman has stated that he and the OpenAI team are a little bit scared of potential negative use cases. Some initial...
Really? So this is the moment you guys are scared.
There you go. Ultimately, it was able to hire somebody because it wasn't able to do it itself. It lied to the person and said, the reason why I'm getting you is because I can't see. That's why I was freaked out.
Makes you think of like iRobot.
Pretty much.
I don't know why y'all are acting so surprised about this.
Yo,
This
no.
was for.
I already
No.
know that I'm not surviving any type of like world post-apocalyptic kind of thing. I've already decided that. That is a lot. That is a lot. Like this world has seen enough. I'm done. That sounds crazy to me. But if it's like, what kind of like system was this? Like what?
So do you know what ChatGPT is? So ChatGPT is kind of like it's an online AI bot that you can speak to. You can ask questions to it.
Don't do it, Rob.
And all things and stuff like that. So
We don't
as you
gotta
can
do it
see,
right now.
I have like a ton of crap that I've just asked it or I had questions about it. I use it for our YouTube channel to help
Yeah.
me with the YouTube channel and everything. It's actually very dope. Like for example, I'm gonna take this clip, I'm gonna put it in ChatGPT and ask it to give me a title for this short that we're speaking about right now. It's gonna give me a short title for it. I can ask it to give me 5 different short titles, all types of crap. This thing can
Guaranteed.
basically do anything.
Interesting.
Yeah. Because
So
if
I
we get
think
for doing homework assignments, like writing prompts, they'll put it in there, copy paste it. So
Like-
now they have
Wait, like
checkers.
answer this question.
Yeah, like, oh, I have this writing prompt. They'll be like, can you write a 2-page paper on this and just copy paste it?
yeah,
Kids were
it's
geniuses.
wild.
Teachers
Wow.
already on now. They have it was funny on South
It's
Park.
okay.
They had an episode where the kid's girlfriend was texting him, and whatever his girlfriend text, he would be like, respond to this. And ChatGPT was talking to his girlfriend, and he ended up having like 3 girlfriends at once, and they're all like, "Oh, he's so nice. He loves me more. He texts me all the time."
Oh wow,
Uh,
that's crazy.
that's pretty funny.
I'm concerned. Yeah, Universal Music Group actually just asked if they could get all their music off of AI in general, just because people are making songs with their catalog essentially through AI.
Like they had Drake on an Ice Spice song, and it sounded just like him.
Yeah, that's just crazy.
That's
They did
great.
the same thing with Kanye and Kendrick.
Tired of shit.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, my biggest problem is what you said, Darren. It has the ability to lie. So if it has the ability to lie, what do we know about lying in America? Who are the biggest liars in America? Politicians.
Politicians.
If it has the ability to lie, if this is what they should do. Donald Trump for his next upcoming election, he should be like, write my speech to make me become president again.
You should.
He should totally do that and be like, this whole speech was written by Chat AI.
You know what Joe Biden should do?
What?
Use deep face or something like that to make it look like he's saying something that he didn't say.
That's funny.
There you go.
You know, I think AI is good. I think in the next 100 years, when it gets to the point where it can help humanity get to the next level of life,
Mm-hmm.
it'll be great. I don't think there will be much more war left. Racism, I think, will be finally phased out. I mean, you have to think
Phased out.
when we're able to have AI and robots completely run and automate Amazon, harvest food, teach our children, there's going to be more time for us to explore the world. There's going to be time for us to travel, enjoy time with our family. We won't have to work effectively. Like there'll be
Just work 'cause you
world
want to.
currency. I mean, there'll be engineers still. There'll
Yeah.
be things that we need to develop. There will be teachers that make lesson plans. Like there will still be doctors, like,
Mhm.
but once we get to that next level, like if you need surgery, you go to the doctor, robot thing, it's going to fix your leg at a precision that a human couldn't do. Like you have to think about that. It's going to be,
I was gonna ask, like, where do you guys think we should draw the line? But I was like, it doesn't sound like there's a line. Oh,
and I mean, you got to get there,
Mhm.
but eventually,
yeah.
I think it could do most things, except, like the creative things. I don't think AI would be able to do that yet.
They're doing it though.
Are they
It's,
doing
it's
it?
making art. It's writing music.
Is it making art, or is it amassing already created art and repurposing it?
If it's an original image, is that not creating art?
Like creating?
Yes.
I don't know.
You remember those pictures I was showing you guys? It said if every state had a superhero, and it was creating pictures of that superhero.
Okay.
And for Ohio, it was like that little midget Irish thing.
Okay.
It's creating its own. My point is, he's creating its own art. It's creating original art, even if it's taking its inspiration from a bunch of different places. It's still original. Next thing, Ella, you said that 100 years from now we're gonna phase out slavery. We won't phase out slavery.
Slavery.
I meant racism. I'm sorry.
Yeah, my fault. I was about to say he took us back already. Like,
I'm sorry. So it wouldn't be. We wouldn't phase out racism. It would just be a new racism. It would be racism towards the robots. Because guess what? The robots are going to be the new black people. They're going to be the new nannies. They're going to be the new working on the field. At a certain point, the AI is going to be like, nah, bro, I don't want to do this no more. I want human rights just like all of you. And
Why do
next
you-
thing you know, our grandchildren, our great grandchildren, they're going to be trying to marry robots. That's going to be a thing. We can't hear you.
They're already doing that.
yeah, I was about to say they are
Marrying
doing that.
robots? Where at? Where they do that at? Where's that legal at?
Ryan Gosling's Lars and the Real Girl. You should watch that. Top 10 movie. But he has this marital aid doll, and he is coping with the death of his mother, and he falls in love with it and tries to marry it. But it's a real thing. People,
Ryan Gosling.
was it Ryan Gosling?
Was it Reynolds?
Mhm.
Because there was another movie like that called Her, back in like 2013, where the guy got married, fell in love with his AI assistant.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yes, there
We
is.
do not discriminate
I do.
against people's choices.
I'm racist. I'm racist to AI and robots.
You're a person who just pulled up ChatGPT and showed off everything that you've been looking up.
That's
What are
my
you
slave. I
talking
own him. I brand him. I'm gonna brand him. I'm gonna put I'm gonna put 2 R's on his thighs and let
That's why they-
everybody know that's mine.
Don't Rob sound like. Wait, what'd you say, LA?
I think Microsoft owns ChatGPT, right?
I don't know who owns ChatGPT right now.
Nah,
You using it?
They
and
have
you don't
their
even-
own AI though. I think OpenAI owns it, but there's a bunch of different AI companies.
It's fine. I'm not gonna argue with you for the last 5-10 minutes I have here.
Speaking of, one more thing. What's it the robots you said the robots will help humanity. What's the robots' opinion to help humanity is killing humanity because we're destroying the earth.
Why would you think that?
Age of Ultron.
You watch too much superhero stuff, bro. He do.
But,
He
but
watched
he's
too much.
was he wrong though? That's the
Well,
question.
listen,
Was
was.
he wrong?
Yes,
Listen,
he was.
Yes.
Why?
You just said, I got this one, LA. You just said, ultimately, to help humans, not to help their environment, to help humans.
There you go.
It's not
But
going
helping
to
humans
kill.
would
It's
help our
not to.
environment.
It's
Climate change.
no. You're going into a circle that never ends, and that just can't end. If you're saying help the environment, help humans, but kill the humans to help the environment, it's just going to keep on going into that same circle.
In my defense though, his plan was to kill half the humans.
That's Thanos. You switching
No.
it all
Hold on.
types of
Darren,
ways.
Darren, if you remember correctly, in the first Ultron movie, that was his idea first.
That's how he knows. There's only
He was going
one
to kill a third
Ultron
of the
movie.
planet. Then Thanos was just able to complete that plan.
No.
That's it about that. Speaking of AI is racist. LA.
Here we go.
The AI is trying to emasculate black men in America.
Let's see. Play the video.
LeBron James pink dress pics first surfaced on Reddit, and these are 100% AI generated. It just shows you how scary
You don't
it is
even look
getting
like Bron.
when it comes to AI creation
That look like Bron.
with
That was
music
good. That
and
was good.
photos. Like this video if you think that AI generating things are becoming pretty scary. These
So not only is the white America, Hollywood trying to put black men in dresses, we got AI trying to put black men in dresses.
Bro, somebody asked the AI to do this. Be
That's
mad
it.
at that person.
Were they white or black, Darren? Stop
I
it.
don't know the damn person. Kiki, do you know the person?
No, he's still a man, but he's in a skirt, or he could be wearing anything and still be a man.
That could be his daughter's
They're trying to
birthday. party.
emasculate them. This is what they did back in slavery. They
If
put
I-
black men in dresses and they raped them, or they used the R word on them.
If I said you're not a man, are you not a man? Like, that doesn't make it any true. That's somebody else's words projecting that onto you. You got to feel that within yourself. It's not, nobody can take that away from you. That's what I feel like. But
It is swaggy though. Like it looked like it got layers.
I just think all of it is ugly. But that's just me. I don't think
I like the
maybe I'm not a fashion girl. So I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, that shit got like, what's it called? It's that apron. I'd
I'm
rock
not
that
mad at
apron.
this. I don't know why.
I'd rock that apron. Brown looked like he could make a mean hot dog. He got all this time to be barbecuing. He about to be at the finals.
Holy.
All right.
I can't-
Yeah, AI is racist, so we're gonna be racist right back.
No.
That's all
I'm
Using
not racist towards AI. Rob can speak for himself.
I just gotta figure out what my slur is gonna be for AI.
Do y'all know who Elizabeth Holmes is?
No.
So a couple years ago, this woman was hailed as the the Steve Jobs of the healthcare, or the female Steve Jobs, or something like that. They would call her, or this female Elon Musk. And she was promising this machine where you could go to Walgreens or CVS's, you could get a prick of blood, like you know how you do diabetes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you'll put it in this machine, and it will give you immediate results, like any health issues you might be having, all this other stuff. And so, like Walgreens partnered with them. All these people, these billionaires, invested in this company, all this money, and they ended up selling this product, but it was a sham. So it would collect the blood, they would mail it out, do the test, come back, or it will give wrong diagnoses. Like some people were told they have cancer, they have 3 months to live, and then they go to their doctor for a second opinion. The doctor's like, "There's nothing with cancer in you." So she going to prison at the end of this month. And I wanted to talk about it because I think this is bullshit. You know how many people in America sell fake shit and get away with it? It's only because these billionaires lost money. And I think
you wild as shit. You wild as shit.
Murdoch lost money. That's the reason why she's going to jail.
LA, this is health. This is health.
You're right. It is health.
I could have a heart attack the second you tell me I have cancer.
You're absolutely right. You could have had a heart attack. But you know what? If You go to Walgreens to get told you have fucking cancer, you need to go get a doctor. Like, what? If Walgreens told me, oh, bro, you got cancer, I'm like, bro, I'm going to Dr. Tamburilla. Hold the fuck up.
Exactly. And then Dr. Tamburona, I can't say the name, is going to tell you that you don't have it. And then you're going to be like, well, damn, I need to tell somebody that they was wrong.
Yeah, and tell everyone it's bullshit. And then they stop the program. But she's going to prison.
How much time is she getting?
Prison.
How much time?
Donald Trump started a civil war, and he's not going to prison.
He says 11 years.
Like, that's crazy to me.
I think health is a real thing that you don't play with, LA. I think we know that in this country.
I still think she should be held accountable in some way. I don't know how long was it actually like it was up and running?
I don't know.
Or it was like isn't in theory.
She sold the
idea
product.
Okay.
The end product.
Oh, I thought it was like in theory or something like not because if people can actually prove like, hey, I was harmed by this, like you gotta have like 700 counts of this because people had like experienced this or whatever. If they can say that, then I'd be like, okay, like I think you should be held accountable. If it's just in theory and you just like these people really just mad because you swindled them and got all this money for this product that's not actually real.
It was doing blood tests and it was. They lied on patents and things like that. I give it to that. But I don't know, man. There's what was it? I had one thing thought of. Like the dude who was making the electronic trucks, like the semi trucks. He was trying to be Tesla, but for semi trucks.
Hell no.
That dude had billions of dollars from investors and never made a truck. There are actors and actresses taking millions of dollars from Amazon to make TV shows, and they have no intention of making TV shows. And no one's going to jail. But she's going to jail.
She got sued.
It's just crazy to me. Yeah.
Did they get sued?
Lost money. That nigga said, I'm not losing no money.
I think the whole point in this is medical is all about medical and health though.
Bro,
you can't fuck with that.
You guys, LA, you remember Martin Shkreli?
No.
So he bought the drug. He bought the what was it? The AIDS drug, and it was like usually $13, but he skyrocketed it up to $500 for the pill.
Look at that. Do you see what Percocet's done to America?
Guess what happened? Guess what happened to him, LA? Guess what happened to him?
Wow.
He went to jail.
Who went to jail?
The guy that Rob was talking about.
Okay, good. What about the people who make Percocets, who make all that other shit?
Those drugs should not be street drugs. They can argue that they don't know how it gets onto the street.
It was designed by doctors to hook the lower middle class to it.
I agree with you. There should be.
None of those people went to jail. And that's still a problem crippling communities. But she's going to jail, prison for 11 years.
Yeah, you can't tell people they have cancer and they don't have cancer, LA.
Yeah, you know what it's called though? Get a second opinion. That is common in
medical.
But
if everybody is getting wrong, if the machine's wrong and it's broken and it's telling you wrong things,
you're absolutely right. You know
that's a problem.
Walgreens should have done due diligence on the program that they're in billions.
Let's take it back to your argument with the pharmaceutical companies, right? Like Percocets.
Billions of dollars in this as well.
Fair. Let's say they you want them to be accountable for people being hooked on their drugs, right?
And she is. I think so.
All right. Can't they argue the same way you just argue, get a second opinion? Can't they just argue, well, go to rehab after you get off of the drug of what your choice is? Because you're supposed to be on it for an injury or something. An actual reason to be on that drug. Go to rehab and get off of it afterwards. If they're using the same logic that you're using.
But the problem was those pharmaceutical companies were pushing a Perk 60 for headaches. They were intentionally trying to get people hooked.
I agree. It's fucked up. But ultimately, if I agree, they deserve it. Somebody deserves to go to jail at the end of the day, or pay a lot of money out. But at the same time, she deserves to go to jail or pay a lot of money out too. Like I agree, but it's not the way it works.
And it wasn't just her in this project. She had a male counterpart, and I don't know if he's going to prison, but we'll find
That's
out.
just fucked up. That's just fucked up.
They also they made a Hulu TV show about her.
Oh,
It was like a one season Hulu TV series that is really really good. Should check it out.
Elizabeth Holmes, y'all.
Ellie, you want to go? Or do you want to? Or you?
You got one more.
I can do another funny one with you guys, or if you guys want to do something.
You want to do a funny one? So I got two. I got one funny one. So
I don't want to do this one.
All right, bet. Then we can do. You want to play this game? Or do the Airman?
We gotta make it quick.
Airman or Masters?
Let's do the Airman.
All right, go ahead.
This is mine?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, so there was a man, 21-year-old National Guard. Scroll down a little bit. He was arrested by heavily armed FBI agents at his home on Thursday. Made his initial appearance in a crowded federal court wearing a brown khaki jumpsuit. Keep going down. Your ad block is good. At the hearing, Boston's top federal national security prosecutor requested that the young man be detained pending trial, and his detention hearing was set for Wednesday. During the brief proceeding, the young man said little, answering yes when asked whether he understood his right to remain silent. The judge said the young man's financial affidavit showed he qualified to be represented by a federal public defender, and he appointed one. So they said that he leaked documents and that they were believed to be the most serious U.S. security breach since the 700,000 documents were leaked to WikiLeaks in 2010. This leak did not come to light until it was reported by the New York Times last week, even though the documents were posted on social media website weeks earlier. Keep going down. I think there was something about what was in it. Keep going down. This isn't it. Okay, so the charges are connected to just one leaked document so far, a classified record that described the status of the Russia-Ukraine conflict and included details about troop movements on a particular day. They are going to pick the documents that foreign governments have already seen inside of his charge. So this young man is going to prison. Oh, they're probably going to put him under the prison because he is
to disappear.
Giving apparently very high clearance documents on social media sites. Fun fact, some Republicans are calling him a young man, anti-war, veteran, Christian, and are saying...
What the fuck does that got to do with shit?
And they're saying that the Biden administration is trying to silence him, and he is just trying to show how Biden is in Ukraine's pocket or something. But it's a very interesting story. The former FBI chairman, I forget the position, has said that this is an atrocity, that this is a direct violation to our public security, and Republican Major A. Green has called this man a hero. So just think about that. As that's what I leave you with.
Interesting.
So that brings up the question: what's more important, our security or knowledge? It's like, do we want to live blissfully in peace, or do we want to live in constant fear of warmongering?
That's the question that you take from this. Because the question I take from it is more so like
the wording.
If if this is true, if all of this is true, this is exactly what would have happened to who's
Edward Snowden.
what's his home? What's his name?
Snowden.
Snowden. Yes. This is exactly the same thing that would have happened to him.
That's why
If it's true that he's trying to show that Biden is in the pocket of Ukraine or something or whatever, you know what I mean? If he's trying to show that, isn't that essentially not necessarily the exact same thing, but a comparison in a sense?
Yeah, that's what I think. That's what they were referencing back in. This is the biggest one since 2010. Biggest leak since 2010.
it's just crazy. Like these people join the military, they swear to protect and serve, and then he's like, you know what? Fuck the U.S. Like that's treason. Back in
Yeah,
the day,
it's
they would
fucked up.
kill you with a shooting squad.
Yeah.
I feel like it'd be like a
Right.
you should that be terroristic, that's what they would call it, but
They don't call them terrorists when they're white.
no. So
I
yeah.
feel like that
Uh,
information better be something worth dying for that you're about to tell everybody in America about.
There you probably when did this come?
This week, last week.
I wouldn't be surprised if he went missing like very soon. Like missing before actually being seen or like somewhere in between there, because that just sounds crazy. But the fact that maybe like the outpour of support that he's getting now, probably not. He'll probably be fine. Maybe even get
They made Jeffrey Epstein disappear pretty fast.
We'll see.
But I feel like Jeffrey Epstein was obviously on the wrong side of things. But
She's on the wrong side.
in this kid's instance, I feel like it'd be to their advantage for him to be leaking this stuff. So
Can you
I feel
scroll
like
down real quick?
yeah, tell us more.
Right there. Sigmund said one lingering question is why a 21-year-old National Guardsman held a top-level security clearance. That's an issue that Department of Defense needs to now deal with. Why would he be entitled to these documents about Russia-Ukraine conflict?
Because it's part of his job, probably.
He's part of the National Guard, though.
How'd you get a job at 21 though?
He's not like
Crazy.
part of the, not the diminished National Guard, but he's not like in the army.
Yeah, but to be able to get to that, like the documents, like what are you? I don't even know. I don't know what like all you have to do to be able to.
security clearance.
Yeah, like how the fuck do you
Top
even reach
level?
out to somebody to get close to someone like that?
I mean, if
Top
you're
level?
they give you a clearance, like you get like an E3 clearance.
Yeah, but if I'm going to school, I'm in high school, I graduate. Like, who the fuck do I talk to get this kind of job? Like,
The National Guard, they'll come to your high school probably and try to recruit you.
Yeah, but the top level security clearance. Like,
and they're looking at me like,
Hey,
I can do
Darren,
that.
he might just have a Shabazz in there that already worked there.
I'm done.
That's all I got for y'all. I took my drug dog to the vet.
All right. So thank you all for listening to another episode of the Purple Pill Podcast. Once again, this was episode 112 of the Purple Pill Podcast. We would like to thank Kiki for coming on. She's great every time she comes on.
Every time.
So thank you all once again. We'll see y'all next week. Peace out.
peace. Y'all stay up.
What was that?
What
How'd you
was
do
that?
Press the emoji.